Now there's going to be a lot of Marines out, and oh my goodness, this one baneling, he needs to focus down this baneling, and oh jeez, that was close. And look at this Zenio doing a surprising amount of damage with these speedlings. Great little counterattack here. There is still Banshees in the... Holy crap, the natural was actually killed. I don't believe it. Wow. Well, you know what? Don't blame me because these guys are so good. They're attacking all over the map at the same time, and I can't possibly follow all of the action. But good job by Polt, able to take out this expansion. The problem is that he probably thinks he's doing fairly well because he thinks that Zenio is going to be on one base. However, there's a hidden expansion over here that he does not know about. So that's going to be detrimental when and if he finds that out. He's going to be like, are you kidding me? I thought I was doing so well. But you can see here he is going into crazy macro play. He's getting tanks. He's going to be getting siege mode, it looks like. He has four barracks, going to be 4 barracks with reactors, one with the tech lab to be getting some upgrades. You can see stim is done, combat shields on the way, and also getting some medevacs. So this is going to be a scary army, especially if he can micro correctly and not get totally destroyed by banelings. It looks like, oh, the Banshee has discovered this expansion, and he is going to be putting pressure on this queen, and I think the queen should go down before the Banshee. The Banshee going to be careful, though, because there is a Spore Crawler here. And, oh, Queen getting off some extra shots. And, oh, Hydras are out as well. So it looks like the Queen was barely able to survive. That's actually kind of a big deal for Zenio's micro. So that, or macro, rather. So that is very good that that happened for him that way. It looks like there's going to be a lot of Marines in a little clump. I'm kind of scared for them because there are Banelings on the map and a couple of medevacs. So he is going to be pushing out. It looks like he does have the ability to create a ton of Marines. You can see all the Marines that are just spawning out of here, and he is producing tanks as well. So it looks like here is his army in the middle of the map, and here is Zenio's army, and ooh, lots of Banelings being morphed, and these Hydras so slow off creep. But it looks like he is going to go ahead and stim in here and might just focus down the hatchery. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Zenio making the correct decision. He's just going to go ahead and sack the hatch. Going to save most of the drones, actually, so that's really, really good. And it looks like he is going to go for a counterattack into the natural of PoltPrime. That is a lot of Banelings, a good amount of Speedlings, and a few Hydras in there. So he could do a lot of damage. And it looks like Polt is doing his best to run back around to reinforce. And here comes the attack. But that is a lot of Marines, and the Banelings were a little bit out of position, and they don't have speed yet. You can see speed just now being started for the Banelings. So I think that Zenio is going to have to wait because his Banelings did not have speed and they were off creep. So when you put those two things together, oh, that's one Baneling was really into killing those destructible rocks. But like I was saying, if you don't have Zergling or Baneling speed and you're off creep, then that's just no bueno for Banelings because Marines with stim can micro so easily against them. So it looks like, oh wow, it looks like he's going to stim a little bit and go ahead and kill off that Overlord. Doesn't quite supply block Zenio, but does a good job of reducing his supply. And you can see now PoltPrime taking quite a lead. 138 supply versus 113 of Zenio. And oh my goodness, now they're playing Ring Around the Rosie as it looks like great little attacking split by PoltPrime. He has half of his units right here, and holy crap, that's a lot of Banelings. Great split, wow, by his Marines. That's amazing. And oh, here they come, doing a lot of damage. Holy crap! And that is why you need to be on creep and have Baneling speed because he did so much damage. Oh, but a couple Banelings hit. That's huge amounts of damage done. But there are siege tanks sieged over here at the other part of the map, as well as a good amount of Marines and some medevacs. So it looks like PoltPrime did lose half his army, but he also got into great position and was able to kill off a surprising amount of the Banelings. And so now he's going to be poking around. Still doesn't see the... oh, wait. He killed the third. Yeah. Oh, poor Spine Crawler. Or Spore Crawler, rather. Like, he's so pitiful just sitting there. And it looks now like PoltPrime is going to be setting up shop right outside of Zenio's natural. And Zenio looks like he could be in a little bit of trouble. I mean, he has a lot of units, so he should be okay. But PoltPrime still in the unit lead and able to snipe off some more Banelings. And he needs to be careful here because, oh, Banelings doing tons of damage to the Marines. Wow, but fortunately he's able to produce Marines a bajillion at a time. And, oh, look at this. We have a counterattack over here. And it looks like there is a siege tank and some Marines. But this siege tank is actually going to do lots of splash damage to the SCVs. Marines are like, screw that, man. These SCVs can handle themselves. I don't care. And now it looks like that attack is going to be cleaned up. So not too much damage being done. But over here it looks like Zenio doing a good job of using Zerglings and Banelings and Mutas to go ahead and clean up that pressure there. And Polt trying to save these medevacs. And it looks like Zenio has now taken the lead in supply. It is 94 over 88. PoltPrime is still doing a good job of macroing there. You can see he has a ton of Marines that just spawned, as well as another tank. Getting a couple more medevacs. I expect to see more Marines being produced any second here, as it looks like he is going to go ahead and push up here and try to take out this expansion again. So doing a good job of denying Zerg bases. Oh, Baneling speed is done. Great shot by the siege tank to go ahead and take out those Banelings, and it looks like the Muta is able to snipe one of the siege tanks, and that is such a good thing. You need to really reduce the siege tank numbers for the Terran player so that your Zerglings and Banelings can actually get in there and do the damage. You can see PoltPrime going to be pushing up with just a handful of units and going to focus down with Stim this hatchery, and I'm looking at these Zerg units, and I just don't think he's going to be able to stop it, so he's going to have to sack this hatch yet again. Great job by Polt, just refusing to let Zenio take a base. Oh, and it looks like a couple of Mutas did go down. Another one severely injured with that little flyby here. Lots of siege tanks, actually, are the only thing in production at the moment. And PoltPrime getting a surprising amount of gas. Looks like he has added on another factory. He's going to be getting siege tanks 2 at a time now, as well as a lot of Marines. You can see 9 Marines in production right here. Meanwhile, we have a lot of Mutas, as well as a good amount of Speedlings and a few Banelings for the army of Zenio. You can see PoltPrime, he is macroing quite well, and he is ahead in supply again now. This game is back and forth as far as supply goes, and now it looks like PoltPrime going to be pushing up the left side of the map, and meanwhile it looks like oGsZenio is going to be scouting with a whole bunch of Mutas. And oh, look at this, PoltPrime able to force the cancel on the gold. So Polt just doing such an amazing job of keeping Zerg on 2 base, although he is not really expanding himself. So he is on 2 base, and he is getting low on the minerals. Here comes the counterattack by Zenio into the natural of PoltPrime, and here come the Marine Stim, and Baneling's going to be able to do huge amounts of damage, and in fact they do. It looks like, Polt was able to pull back some of his forces, though, and thwart that attack. And, oh my goodness, that siege tank actually lived. Repair that siege tank. Guys, repair the siege tank. He's hurt. Whatever. So over here at the natural, it looks like PoltPrime is going to be pushing in, and great little spread with his tanks. They are vulnerable to Mutas, but they are going to be able to provide lots of support for the Marines. And I'm waiting for the Mutas. Oh, look at this. Another great counterattack over here. And the Mutas have to actually pick where they're going to go. And it's not going to matter. There's the GG. So PoltPrime defeating Zenio in this first game. What an amazing and well-played game by both players.